Welcome friends, my name is Ikra Shabir and I'm your host on this Shopify Learnings channel. Volume profile and option looks. I have started a chapter for Shopify. Basically my channel will be about Shopify. So in this video, in previous video I told you about the scum rate of the Shopify, and today we will discuss about the volume profile and the option looks. So price action alone can theoretically indicate the overall sentiment toward any particular stock. However, providing further context to this price action can paint a clearer picture while illuminating key details for the chart watchers. The chart below I'm showing here, you can see, illustrate the recent price action of the Shopify in addition to a price based volume pattern on the left hand side. Here you can see, I'll underline this. Here you can see the underlined lines graph. Here are the candles and here are the numbers, and how Shopify is floating under $1,000 or 800 chart below. The price-based volume patterns illustrate the prices where investors have bought and sold the shares previously. When volumes at a given price are scant, it implies that few, if any, investors have positions to defend at these levels. A significant amount of buying in the past often implies that the traders and the investors feel the need to defend their positions at those same prices by either buying more shares or at least not selling further. There are two notable zones of prices based volume activity on this chart. These two zones are thin on volume, and what little volume they do have is primarily selling. They are highlighted on this chart by the red rectangles. These areas could prove to be upside resistance if the Shopify price action were to rise after the earnings. I hope you are understanding me that the recent trading volumes on the Monday for Shopify favor call 19,000 over puts, $12,000. However, over the last 5 trading days, the Shopify open interest rate for call option has fallen by 1.5. This is according to my chart I'm showing you, while the put or call ratio has risen 1.5. In addition, the open interest for the Shopify features 1 lakh 14,000 calls compared to 1 lakh 22,000 puts. On the Feb 18, the next monthly option expiration date, the single options with the highest open interest is the $11,000 call or $3,000. This represents the 30% upside from the current share price, while the Feb 18 open interest favor call over puts 39,000 and 25,000. Implied volatility suggests that the option traders are placing overall bearish bet towards Shopify earnings. That's because while the numbers of upside calls outnumber downside puts, implied volatility for these calls options is declining as the open interest is rising, suggesting that the option traders are taking short positions in these options. Similarly, implied volatility for downside puts is rising as the open interest is rising, indicating that the traders are buying these options ahead of earnings. Implied volatility trend to be at its highest. The creators as environment that is beneficial yet risky to option sellers attempting to capture volatility decay after a stock report earning. While implied volatility is rising, the skew of this volatility as its barrier, I'm going to give them numbers as the implied ratio skew the shows the markets biasers pricing in the volatility risk to the option premium of the downside puts and upside calls. If the implied volatility for the downside puts it's increasing relative to upside calls, then that suggests the market is pricing in for a larger fear of a downside move. Current skew is the target trending higher, which translate to a bearish outlook for the Shopify stock. I hope I have teach you a lot. If you're liking my video, then do subscribe to my channel. Bye.